Come November 27th, the Belize Coast Guard will be under the command of Captain Elton Bennett. Bennett has been with the Coast Guard from its inception over a decade ago, after it was forged out of the Belize Defense Force. Vice Commandant for quite some time, and having been at the decision table, Bennett succeeds Rear Admiral John Borland, who is moving on to become the Chief of Security of the Ministry of National Security. In a one-on-one today with News 5, the career and senior maritime officer says that the transition will be seamless.
I take over as the third commandant of the Belize Coast Guard next week, on the 27th November. I've been in the organization before it started. Transferred from the BDF, was one of those officers seconded to really form the Coast Guard along with Admiral Borland. We're going to focus on different aspects, but we're still on that same trajectory. What happens quite often in our organizations in Belize is that when there's a change of leadership, the organization change. That should not be the case. We should be continuing on that same trajectory. I've been a part of every decision made along with Admiral Borland. He has had me by his side for 10 years, and he included me in everything. So all of those decisions, those foundations that we build together, we will continue to move in that direction. We'll continue to build on that foundation that we have laid.
The official ceremonies will also include a graduation for an intake of some 87 recruits who will join the numbers at the Belize Coast Guard. Bennett believes that the additional human resources, as well as the recently acquired vessels and equipment, will further assist with the fight against organized crimes at sea. The incoming commandant shared some interesting statistics.
Before the Coast Guard was formed, Belize used to average 13 to 15, sometimes 18 confirmed drug shipment by sea every year. Since the Coast Guard formed, we were able to achieve that deterrence by our strategy. We were able to repel those trafficking by sea. I know the new avenue of approach seems to be by air. So we need to configure our forces. We are working jointly through the Joint Intelligence and Operating Center here in Price Barracks in support of the police and the BDF. So it's a coordinated effort, and we need to ensure that we are one step ahead. Drug trafficking today has significantly reduced from what it was 15 years ago.
Bennett believes that Coast Guard personnel have acquired a number of skills that can be used to help others outside of the military unit. And that is one area that he intends to focus on. We've
done a lot of capacity building over the few years, and now it's time to give back. It's time for us to engage with the community, build that public relations. We have a lot of expertise that we can help other sectors, for example, in the medical field, in transportation, in search and rescue and boarding operations, to help other organizations develop those capacities. So what I'm really looking forward to is the opportunity to export expertise from the Coast Guard.
Duane, Moody for News 5.